Have you ever sat at a family dinner table where the silence was louder than any argument? Where the space between you and someone you love felt like a million miles even though they were right across from you? It often starts with something small, doesn't it? A word misunderstood, a promise not kept, a silence that just stretches on for too long. Before you know it, years have passed. The table that was once a place of laughter and connection now just holds the weight of everything left unsaid. It becomes a monument to distance. This is a story about a brother and a sister, but it could be any of us. It's a story about coming back to that table, not for an apology, not to rehash the past, but because the weight of the anger, the resentment, the sadness, it just gets too heavy to carry alone. Imagine him returning after years away. He sees the same table, maybe a little older, a little more worn, just like them. He dusts it off, sets 2 plates, and waits. The air is thick with unspoken history. When she arrives, they sit quietly at first. How do you even begin to bridge a gap that wide? Where do you find the words to fill years of silence? Sometimes the most powerful words aren't the ones we rehearse in our heads. They aren't the grand speeches or the perfectly crafted apologies. Sometimes they are the simplest truths. She looks at him, and with a voice barely above a whisper, she says, "I missed you." And in those 3 words, the dam breaks. That simple, honest admission of longing shatters the silence in a way no argument or defense ever could. That's when the real conversation begins. He confesses, all this time I kept waiting. I was just waiting for you to say you were sorry. A sad smile crosses her face as she looks back at him. And I thought you were waiting for me to forgive you. It's a moment of painful realization. Seeing how they were both trapped in their own separate prisons of expectation, waiting for the other person to hand them the key. And then a sound breaks the tension, a laugh. But it's the kind of laugh that's tangled up with tears, a sound of relief and sorrow all at once. They realize in that moment that forgiveness isn't a magic wand. It's not a single event where everything is suddenly perfect and the past is erased. It's messy. It's imperfect. But it's real. It's about acknowledging the hurt without letting it define your future. Forgiveness is choosing to see the person in front of you again. Not just the pain they caused. It's deciding that the relationship is more important than the argument. You see, the pain we carry from family conflicts doesn't just vanish with a few words. It's not like flipping a switch. It's more like a block of ice that needs to melt, slowly, drop by drop. It dissolves through these small, fragile moments of honesty. It heals through tiny acts of love and understanding, like sharing a quiet cup of coffee, or a gentle laugh that feels like the first ray of sunshine after a long storm. Sometimes a simple, heartfelt, "I missed you" can heal wounds that "I'm sorry" can't even touch. Because it speaks to the connection that was lost, not just the mistake that was made. So many of us believe that forgiving someone means we're letting them off the hook. That it means what they did was okay, or that we have to forget the pain. But that's not what it is. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting the past. It means choosing peace over poison for your future. Because holding on to that anger, that bitterness, that resentment, it doesn't punish the other person. They're out there living their life. The only person it truly punishes is you. It keeps you chained to a moment in the past, replaying the hurt over and over again. It builds a prison around your own heart. So today, I want to invite you to think about that table in your own life. Who is sitting on the other side? The greatest act of self-love you can perform is to let go. Not for them, do it for you. Choose to release the weight that has become too heavy. Choose to free yourself from that prison of pain. Today, take a moment to reach out to that sibling or loved one you've been distant from. Close the space that time or pride has created between you. Remember, forgiveness isn't just for them. It's the key that unlocks your own inner peace. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. If this story resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you'd like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content that explores the heart of our human experience. I'll see you in the next one.